So folks, and with that, I warmly welcome you once again. I have filmed a few videos here at the spray box today, and this is one of them. Today, we will take a closer look at the Solo Battery Sprayer 360B, which is suitable for pH value ranges from 7 to 14, but you can also use it to spray lightly soiled items. I would generally recommend rinsing such sprayers after use so that you can use them for as long as possible and to prevent any seals from being damaged over time. So always rinse everything that has been sprayed. That's my tip in this regard. Let's take a look at what I have planned for today, as I have brought 4 different products that I want to spray today. As a test and just to see, can this battery sprayer head also be used on other bottles? That would be really cool, because then we can mix our favorite pre-cleaner right here, attach a large bottle below, and off we go. Or for example, I brought a wet sealant or another wheel cleaner for you. How about glass cleaner or interior cleaner? I'm really curious to see how the spray head handles these. Let's take a look. Here we go. Yes, and these are our 4 candidates. I brought the ADBL Beetle shot for the insect removers, and then for the wheel cleaners. Last time we had the ADBL Vampire Light, which is a bit thicker, and the Deturner Bloody Wheels, as you can see here, is a bit thinner. Let's see how it sprays. Then we have the Dr.Wack all-in-one interior and glass cleaner here, and I think that's also an exciting thing. I have tried wet sealing, ad block for wheels, and of course regular vehicle paint, but ADBL SAC is primarily for wheels. Feel free to test it out. And now we will attach the spray head one by one up here. We always need to make sure that it is well rinsed. That's why I have added a bit of water to play around with, and now let's see if it can be applied well, how effectively it works, and whether the spray head can be directly used on your own bottles. If you know, okay, I always want to spray my insect remover with the spray head, or I always want to use it for my wet sealant. Let's test it out now. Here we go. So first let's start with the ADBL Beetle shoe squeezer. Suddenly a strong wind is picking up here. What's going on now? So you already know that the products with the spray heads work well for spraying, so I don't need to show you that. But now we will test it directly from the bottle. I'll empty the head for a moment, just water inside. And now we will test if we can screw this on top and whether it is also sealed. Because screwing on and sealing are always things that need to be tested with these items. Tighten it carefully to the side. Nothing. So this looks good, but I have to say, this is the tallest bottle in the world with a spray head. Now, let's test if we can spray it well. Let's go to the car. So you can see, I can barely fit the bottle in the frame here. It also looks a bit strange. Look here, the overall size. The ADBL 1 liter bottles are generally not the flattest bottles. Even with the Canon spray head, it is already relatively high. But now with the Solo Battery Sprayer 360B spray head, it will definitely be a bit higher. I now have the finest setting, which means it's completely closed off in principle. Let's just spray a bit. At the beginning, there's still a little water in it, and then it switches to the cleaner. And you can already see here, it goes really quickly. Yusen can be nicely sprayed. It could mist a bit more, but I think it's already at a really good level. So if you spray the front of the vehicle here, for example, and then press on the side, bam. The spray pattern has a width of about 15 centimeters upon impact, but you need to get a bit closer due to the wind. That means you go over this surface nicely and have a very, very nice wide spray area here. Look here. Yes, we have a lot of wind right now, so I need to get a bit closer, but it's manageable. So this works with ADBL Beetle shot here or another insect remover. You just have to test it out because they all have different viscosities. But here, the ADBL Beetle shot sprays without any issues and is specifically designed for this product, meaning it fits the product category regarding pH value. Now, try out the next product. Here we have the Deturner Bloody Wheels, also with a spray head. I've screwed it on normally. Let's turn it to the side. Just a little bit is dripping out from the top, just a bit of the rest. But here you can't see anything coming out of the connection, so that's definitely fine. Now, let's take a look. And you see here? Yes, so here is the Bloody Wheels. The product is already a bit. The wind is quite strong. The product is really not very, very liquid. And what you can also see is, I believe, that it creates negative pressure here. Do you see that with the bottle? I can now loosen the spray head. I hope this works. Or maybe I need both hands. I need to lift you guys a little to the side here. So, we can test again whether it builds up negative pressure with the system here. All right, now we have relaxed again. Let's take another look. Oh, how quickly it changes here. So, let's spray a little. Or was it just the bottle now? No, look here. It creates slight negative pressure, at least with the bottle. With the ADBL, that wasn't the case at all, and we sprayed for a long time. So here you can see a slight negative pressure is created. I think this is also due to the somewhat thinner bottle. This does not happen at all with the ADBL bottles. So, the spray from the sprayer is a bit narrower overall. Not 100% ideal, but as I mentioned in the last video, once you find a technique, I just spray a bit more here, and then go around the outer rim. Then you do the spokes like this, quick. You actually wet everything, even if it's not extremely misty. I don't think it's a huge problem. But here, the dirt is being loosened nicely, it's working well together, you can really see how much grime is still on it. So let's say it's usable. Yes, the bottle does not fully withstand the negative pressure. Here is the Deturner bottle. I think it will be the same with the other products because they have the same bottles. So here, regarding the bottle, it's conditionally suitable. You have to decide for yourselves about the spray pattern. I don't find it a huge problem. It would be nicer if it misted a bit more. But you can manage once you get used to it. A little. I rinsed the spray head here with water again because I don't want any rim cleaner in my Dr.Wack. All in one interior and glass cleaner. I want everything to be clean again. There is still a bit of water in the spray head. And now we basically have our glass cleaner. It also looks a bit funny here with the small, narrow, cute bottle inside and this spray head on top. First, a little water comes out. It's no longer a rim cleaner now. So, here comes the glass cleaner, and it's nice and foamy, nice to spray. So that works perfectly fine. If I go around the car with it once, it's absolutely manageable. It's just super convenient. Looks a bit funny, but it works. So we don't really need to test much here. Next is the all-in-one interior and glass cleaner from Dr.Wack. I think many other glass cleaners will also spray well here. The Nikido is a bit thicker, that could be tested again. But here is one of my favorite glass cleaners and interior cleaners without one in Dr.Wack, which is absolutely fine. So, now I have the last pair here. This should fit just as well, because the Beetle shoe squeezer also worked. ADBL is now being used as a wet sealant. Now imagine the vehicle is wet. You have to be a bit careful not to get any spots. Please apply it on wet paint, but I'll just spray it here anyway. Spray out the glass cleaner as well. But you can see, the spray pattern doesn't change here. So here, the wet sealing works perfectly. It sprays nicely and evenly, so that definitely works as well. I don't want to spray too much unnecessarily. And here you can see that the bottle creates slight negative pressure. I mean, it doesn't break the bottle, but you definitely need to keep that in mind. With the Beetle shoe squeezer, the bottle was a bit thinner, while with the Beetle foot squeezer, the bottle was a bit more stable. Look, this is the frosted plastic, and this is the slightly thinner version, this shiny plastic. So you know, the bottle will contract a bit here, but it's not the end of the world if you release the pressure up here again. If you had two hands available, then bam, oh, they spring back immediately, so that works. It's simply due to the bottles. These frosted ones are a bit more stable. You can also notice that when you press here, and they are somewhat thinner walled, but it definitely works with the spray head and with the ADBL. So I will rinse it out again here, and then we can move on to a small concluding vehicle. But first, I will rinse everything off so that we don't end up with the entire insect remover, rim cleaner, and rim tector drying out. So, I think you've seen that it worked well so far. When it comes to the spray pattern, you just have to try it out. The pressure that the head builds up is just not as extreme, even if you were to really measure it, like with a Canon spray head, because there is a completely different pump unit inside, and it all happens manually without the electric motor or the e-pump that is inside. And with that, you simply have different spray patterns. However, it still means you can also put this spray head on your favorite bottle. Just pay attention. If the bottle is a bit thinner walled, as we have seen well with one ADBL bottle now, or also with the Deturner bottle, it tends to slightly collapse because it builds up a bit of negative pressure, but it's not a huge problem. It just looks a bit strange when the bottle bends further inward, but it neither breaks the bottle nor collapses to the point of tearing apart, so that won't happen. 2001. However, it must be clearly stated that it doesn't work with every product to achieve such an extremely fine spray. Now you have to see for yourselves. For example, when spraying pre-cleaner, we have already tested that and it worked really well. So here, as with many aspects of car care, it's simply a matter of testing it out and screwing it on. And whether you mix it in the associated bottle, in the 1 liter bottle, or if you put it on your regular spray bottle, or if you screw it onto the container of the spray bottle itself and test it out, 2001, that's definitely up to you. You also need to consider the length of the hose, whether it fits, and if you can reach down properly. It also depends on how much product you want to spray. So, it's all about testing, testing, testing. And I am looking forward to your feedback. I have definitely tested it for you, using different bottles, and I think you will also find your favorite variant here for how you distribute it. You can easily transfer it to the small storage container as well. I just wanted to test it out for you. Thanks for watching. In any case, all the bottles were leak-proof. There was no dripping or leaking at the screw points, so that definitely works. The standard thread screws on nicely at the top. Thank you very much. See you next time. I appreciate a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I will also display the WhatsApp contact number below, so you can get in touch with me directly and ask any questions about pulley machines, cleaning, or microfiber products. I will definitely provide feedback very promptly. So for me, that means shooting another video here. Very, very exciting. Look forward to it. Until then, you're Sebastian. Bye, guys.